Well, let's hear the testimony of this owl. Koholint's very existence is its very essence. Hoot! It is tied to the windfish's slumber. As long as the windfish sleeps, the island cannot be escaped like a terrible nightmare. I just thought of Cedric from King's Quest V. The young sword bearer must thus search for the 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that would wake the great one. Woohoo! Hoot! With the instruments all united, the windfish's slumber shall come to an end, and so shall Koholint. I'm not gonna do that. I'm already annoying myself. I'm so sorry. That didn't explain anything either. Just like I said, listening to this bird was a waste of time. Woot! Perhaps it was not as clear as I'd hoped. Do forgive me, overmystifying is a bit of an occupational hazard for our kind. Overmystifying. What occupation? Professional owl? Mr. Owl. If you have questions, I will happily answer. Hoot hoo. Well, the witness seems to be all but begging to be cross-examined. Defense, please go right ahead. Sure. I mean, I can't, like, point out contradictions, because I don't know anything about the island and... Okay. Alright, just tell me about everything. Hiya! Well... Let's start with the Dodongo in the room. Cough. What the heck is a windfish? Dodongo? No, young consular. You must be confused. Hoot! The windfish, the Leviathan, is a huge whale! As far as Koholint is concerned, it always has been, and as long as Koholint is, it will always be. Right. A deity whale. I'd bring up the fact that whales are not fish, but at this point, I don't think it really matters. Alright, press on this one. What would happen if you did try? Why couldn't you just build a raft and try to sail away? Woot, truthfully, I do not know. Perhaps, no matter how long you sailed, the island would just never fade from view. The sea would never end, like an infinite staircase, like until you turned around and found yourself back where you started in no time. Or, perhaps, you would just die. Oh. Yikes! That's a possibility? I admit I thought about trying that a few times. Woot! There's but one way to escape. Yep, the 8 instruments. Okay. Well, how does one obtain these elusive instruments exactly? Woot! That is no simple task, to be sure. The instruments of the sirens steep deep within temples across this land, fraught with monsters, traps, or under the dangers. At the end of each, a formidable foul foe guarding a peace. Yes, woot! To obtain all the instruments of yours to slay all those who corrupt the island from within. Slaying foes? This sounds like some kind of mass murder spree. It appears... Yes, it appears that our worlds may differ from each other, more significantly than I thought. I cannot feel him here. How strange. What in Din's name are you babbling about now, you feathered menace? Woot! In our land, since the very beginning of time, an evil influence has permeated all. The king of evil, the demon lord Ganon. From the very dirt of the earth, to even the first thoughts of an infant. If you dig deep enough, if you look closely enough, you will find his malice and hatred. The king of evil, Ganon? So he noticed too. Could it just be a coincidence? Naturally, when I speak of vanquishing foes, I speak of his creations. Deeply rooted in the most primordial evil, these foul beasts' only goals are their own survival and for the misery of others. Woot! No being that has been touched by Hylia's grace would object to their destruction. It is as innate to our nature as breathing. And yet, here's a world without him. Is your world lucky to have been spared, and has ours been particularly unlucky? That I do not know. Perhaps this is even the very reason Her Grace has chosen this world to send us to. Do you have any idea what this is about? I think I do, actually. Really? I don't think it really matters for what we're talking about, though. Right. Could we get back to the matter at hand, then? Why, hoot, of course. I was just musing aloud. Yeah, just... any more information? Right, and I don't suppose making noise any other way would suffice. You know, just screaming into its ear or something, you know, to wake it up? Of course not, my dear consular. The windfish's sleep is not natural. A magical slumber like that can only be broken via magical means. Right, but what did you mean by that last part? Will something happen to Koholint when the windfish wakes? Koholint Island is a magical place born of the windfish's slumber. Once the Leviathan awakens, the magic keeping Koholint in place will dissipate. You mean... Woot, of course! When the windfish wakes, Koholint Island will disappear, and nary a sight shall remain. What? Did you know about this? Well, truth be told, I suspected. Ah, clever lad, Hoot. Yeah, sure you have noticed. The only shop in town selling nothing but tools and equipment. Shopkeepers with magical powers. Villages of talking animals. Koholint, as a whole, is unnatural. It is a place made of dreams and nightmares. Villages of talking animals? I must have missed that part. What about the inhabitants, then? Where will they go when the island disappears? Where indeed? After all we've heard here, I think one thing has been made clear. My client has truly found himself in a life or death situation. This testimony fully corroborates that. On top of that, to escape the island, he had to go on a life-threatening quest. In order to survive this ordeal, he needed to be as well equipped as possible. And the only way to get the needed equipment was from the store, which was charging exorbitant prices. These are all clear mitigating factors. And with that in mind, the defense asserts his punishment is far too severe. Indeed. This does paint the defendant in a more positive light. It appears the theft might have been necessary given his situation. Yes, that was easier than I thought. And it's still early enough to go back to sleep. That owl always used to annoy me a little, but it's really come to my rescue this time, hasn't it? Woot! I am only here to help, lad. I feel there's no need to further prolong this trial. While this court does not condone the defendant's act in and of itself, I do now believe that he has been punished too harshly for it. And so, this court finds the defendant... I knew it. Old man, surely you don't mean to tell me that you've woken me in the dead of night? Just to make a farce out of this trial? Farce? But Mr. Dragmire, the defense has just presented a rather compelling argument. Compelling? Don't make me laugh. Yes, he had reason to do what he did. All criminals have reasons. That's no justification. Wasn't just any reason. Survival was at stake here. Was it, though? You! Birdbrain! Yes, what is it? You've said that the defendant was to go visit a bunch of dusty old temples in search of the instruments. Tell me, were those instruments the only things in there? Oot? No, I suppose they were not, Oot. With structures as old as those, you're bound to find things left by previous inhabitants. Why, Oot, yes. I'm sure there would be lots of treasure left in there, too. Oh, no. Treasure! Money! All of that was within the brat's grasp. He could have easily gotten the funds to properly purchase the item he stole with only a little legwork. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Wait a moment. It wouldn't be that easy. Those places were full of monsters and traps. Without any equipment, it would be too dangerous to go alone. Oh, how quickly you've forgotten, defense. Try to recall this flying menace's words from just a few moments ago. The young sword-bearer must thus search for 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will wake the great one. Yeah, sword-bearer. Our little kleptomaniac had a perfectly good sword with him. He wasn't barehanded at all. No, all he was looking for was some kind of easy shortcut out of his predicament. Or maybe the little snake just wanted to keep all the treasure for himself.
How dare you? I'm not some greedy treasure hoarder.
I am. Either way, the defendant might have had a reason for his theft. But I'd say that reason was likely nothing but selfishness. Woot. Woot. He wanted to keep the treasure. Now, barista. Barrister, whatever. Not barista. That's not even remotely possible. All of the treasure, as part of Koholint, would naturally disappear with it. Bah, that doesn't mean anything. The twerp may not have known that.
Oh, come on! Just admit you're wrong.
Now this is quite the pickle indeed. The prosecution has brought up some good points, but so has the defense. Furthermore, we seem to be out of testimony to discuss at this point. This would be a hard decision to make. Actually, that reminds me. There was something you kept bringing up in your testimony, Mr. Witness. What? Yes, what is it? You often mention that Koholint is like a dream or a nightmare. How literal is that? What are you going on about now? Of course it's not actually. Oh, no, it very much is. What? Woot. I thought that point was clear. My apologies. Koholint only exists within a dream. We are in a dream right now, too, in fact. Oh my, this whole trial isn't real? I should have known. This whole thing was just way too fantastical. Well, then, now that we've made that clear, I'm just gonna go and wake up, if you don't mind. Why, that might be the wisest thing you've ever proposed so far, defense. But, of course, it's not going to be you waking up. I'm the only real person here. I haven't the slightest idea how my mind conjured up this nonsense. Shouldn't have had that noble pursuit before bed. Oh, I suppose it wouldn't be the first time I've dreamt of the courtroom. It's never been quite this vivid, but I guess this old man still has quite the active imagination. Meanwhile, my imagination is being a bit overactive right now, I guess. And I haven't had any noble pursuits.
Please wait!
Huh?
You can't just wake up. What about me?
There it is.
What about me?
What about you? You're clearly just an invention of my mind, brat. But hey, you want a resolution? No problem. Judge, declare a guilty verdict right now. Prosecutor Drackmeyer, I refuse to hand down a faulty verdict, even in my dreams. No, this won't do. I will just have to wake up now. Here goes. Yeah, easy. Just do it. Strange. I don't seem to be able to... Ooh. If I may interject, I have said that this is a dream, yes. But why would that mean that nothing here is real? Oh, be quiet, you pile of feathers! I banish you from my dream! Be gone! Did it work? What is this? Am I stuck in a nightmare? Well, naturally only one person here can actually control the dream. Everyone else is just along for the ride, so to speak. Am I controlling the dream? Are you saying everyone here is actually real, just sharing the same dream? Why, hoot, of course. Hillgrace chose one person to be the host, and then thrust the others into it. Preposterous! If this is all in the green brat's dream, why doesn't he just remove his curse on his own? Preposterous? Not at all, my angry Grudo friend. I never said he's the one in charge. He came from the dream world of Koholint, after all. Well, how did he wind up in someone else's dream then, you blasted buzzard? Oh, got him with the alliteration? Having battled with Ganon before, he is a particular interest to the Demon Lord. The Evil One saw an opportunity, and forcefully shoved him into the dream of the Windfish. A dreamscape he has been steadily perverting with his evil for many years. He infested it with his own creations, twisted it into a dangerous place, and imprisoned its creator within. As a result, that is also why our green-clad friend cannot wake up normally. But this world is free of Ganon. Whoever the host of this dream is could indeed just wake. Although I cannot imagine the goddess Hylia would be very thrilled with that conclusion, having made all the effort to bring her chosen hero here. How do you know all this? Woot! Why, isn't it obvious? I am myself part of the Windfish's spirit. I could not just stand idly by when Hylia's own champion was dealt such a bad hand. And so, I've tried to lead you to the 8 instruments, and I reached out to Hylia for help with this predicament. This is... I can hardly believe it. Well, who is it then? Who is the one controlling this dream? Me? Hoot. That I do not know. That is something you'll have to find out for yourself. Whoever it is will have the final word in this trial. Me? Do I get to do it? So that's it then. It all hinges on this point. Who is this dream's windfish? I must consider all the facts. Oh, we're going in his mind. Oh, let's go! Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Who is the one that Her Grace Hylia chose to control this dream? Could it be one of these people? Ganon, the judge, or neither of them? I'm gonna say neither of them. Both the Dragmire and the judge have already conclusively proven that they're not the host of this stream. Who does that leave? Maybe one of them? Is it Link? No, it can't be either of them. It can't be either the owl or the shopkeeper. They'd each had the end of the trial in their favor by now if they were in control. And I already know that Thief isn't the one in control, so who does that leave? Link, come on. I'm in control! It's me! I'm the host! Whoa! Yeah, these are my 3 logic points coming together. And they're kind of sexy. I am this dream's windfish. I love it. Oh, it's so good. Well, what are you looking so smug about? Isn't it obvious? I've just realized who must be the one controlling this dream. No, it can't be! I see you've realized it now too. Oh my, you mean you're the one? Well, let's give it a try, shall we? Make some boobies appear. What are you... I was kinda right. Hello, everyone. Aw, yeah, now the stream's getting good. Marin? Defense! What did you do to Prosecutor Dragmire? Nothing bad, of course. I just ejected him out of here. He's probably waking rather abruptly right about now. I decided it'd be nicer to have someone more pleasant to deal with on the opposing side. The prosecution has nothing more to add. The defendant's totally innocent. I won't stand for this. You can't just give yourself an easier opponent. That's a shame. Wait, who will give the verdict now? I know of one good candidate. Huh? It's me. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Will the defendant please step up to the stand? Is this really okay? I thought the goddess wanted a fair trial. Actually, she requested no such thing. What? The way the judge put it, the only stipulation was that someone else decide your fate. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. At no point did she specify how the decision should be made, or how many people should be making it. That still feels like cheating. Well, there's one easy to find out if it's allowed or not. This court finds the defendant.
I am not having this. My product was still stolen, you know. What kind of justice is...
Don't interrupt me. Oh god, you give Link godlike powers and it all falls apart. Now then, once again, this court finds the defendant. And it's just that easy. You're welcome. So, let's see. Your name is... And normally it would read the Link's Awakening file. So, your name is Link? Link, huh? Interesting. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, also Link. In any case, I believe you should be getting back to your own world now. And no more stealing, you hear? Of course not. Never again. Glad to hear that. Best of luck on your quest. And with that, court is adjourned. That's amazing. Oh, Link's house. Link Legal Agency, Kakariko Village. Ugh. What? Where? The office? That's right, I stayed to catch up on work. I guess I must have fallen asleep reading the case files. Man, what a crazy dream, though. What was it about again? I was in court, and then... Ah, darn. Nah, it's gone already. Can't remember a single thing. That happens to me a lot. Oh well. The end. And that's how you solve a court case, by using your godlike powers. That was amazing. Now what I wonder is, does the transfer pack with the Oracle games do anything for us? Let me find out. Give me one moment. Okay. Good. So now we got another new thing. Ingo's Casino? I put in Oracle of Ages. Are we playing blackjack? Okay. The cards are drawn, you pick how much to bet by clicking the rupee, and which cards to replace them by clicking them. Ingo decides his bet, and cards replace. Winner gets all. It's Ingo's Casino. Tingle's worth the most. About the song. Familiar development, our place order music for this track was Hyrule Castle Courtyard. So when it came to write the real music, I decided to use that as the basis for the first. But because of the amount of chromaticism in that song, adapting it to the style wasn't that easy. So instead, I based this on Kaepora Gabora's theme. The new melody is designed to mesh with Kaepora Gabora's. However, the original melody runs up or down a scale, the new one does too. The chords underneath flow around somewhat aimlessly, without much logic behind them. I mostly just varied the notes since they sounded nice. It's subtle, but the triplet played on the shaker at the very end of Owl's melody is a nod to the corresponding theme from another Attorney game. I love it. Alright, so I got like... So I got like a 2-pair. Bet the rupees. Draw. Oh, I did that backwards. Damn it. I still got a 2-pair. Let's go. 4 of a kind. Is Ingo's Casino kind of like a nod to Luigi's Casino? Alright, so these are the 2 I want to keep. All the rupees. I did it backwards again? I'm an idiot? Alright, I got the Zeldas. What do you have? I win! Zelda better than Hearts! Oh, I can change music? Let's go like, 3 Ganons. There gotta be better music than this. Sure. Ah, 4 of a kind, get wrecked. Yeah! And I guess this is the whole thing. singing here about this song? Objection. Yeah, that's cool. I love it. Ace Attorney 1's Pursuit music's Cornered is like one of my favorite songs. Alright, so I guess this one just gives you Ingo's Casino. And the last thing we gotta do is Oracle of Seasons, so let me give that a shot. Alright. We get one last mini game. Oh no? Or do both Oracle games the same thing? I guess both Oracle games both give Ingo's Casino. Oh, there we go. That is everything to explore out of Hero of Law. What a wonderful mod. Like, changing the game into a completely different game is kind of fantastic. And I imagine it's not very easy to do, so huge props to this team for the kind of work they put into it, and loved it. Both cases. What a good time. This makes me want to play Phoenix Wright again. Any of the Ace Attorney games, really. Maybe not the first Apollo Justice. That's my least favorite one. But yeah, these were great. As always, thank you guys so very much for watching. See you next time!